Welcome back to Cricket Catch-up with me, Catch. Last time around, we covered all the action and drama behind Season 1. Today, our journey begins in the spring of 2019. We start off with the player registration and a special surprise. With over 1,000 players signed up for the draft and the coaches being spoiled for choices. The talent was endless and the hype was massive. And it only got bigger when, for the first time ever, an Indian superstar was competing in a foreign tournament. Yuvraj Singh.
That's short. That's 50 for Yuvraj Singh. Brought up in style.
The teams retained a few marquees, and a few marquees decided to try their luck with a new franchise. The draft can be a bit chaotic, so buckle up. Chris Gayle and Dre Russ stayed with the Knights, and Pollard stayed with the Nationals. Bravo was retained by the Hawks. Winnipeg Hawks picked up some top players in Chris Lynn, JP Duminy. Montreal retained Sunil Narine and picked up the likes of Thisara, Kyle Coetzer and former Australian skipper George Bailey. Edmonton ensured they got their stars with Faf du Plessis, Jimmy Neesham, Shadab Khan and Ben Cutting. Simmons, Sammy and Afridi moved on from their franchise to join the new one known as Brampton Wolves. With the squads ready, it was time to set up the venue. Brampton's CAA Centre was our host, and it was the first time ever that drop-in pitches were being used in Canada. Our tournament kick-started with a grand opening ceremony with Guru Randhawa and a crackerjack of a match between the Toronto Nationals and the defending champions Vancouver Knights. It was the Knights who came up trumps, thanks to some quality bowling and patient batting. In the first half of this tournament, we saw some spectacular performances. Sunil Narine scored a blitzkrieg 59 in 30 balls. Ish Sodhi picked up 5 for 8 in the third match as the Wolves demolished the Tigers. Shahid Afridi scored a massive 81 in 40 balls and picked up a wicket in the superb display against the Royals. However, the ultimate performance came in a game that ended up without a result. Chris Gayle scored a brilliant 122 in 54 balls in a game where the Knights made 276 for 3 in their 20 overs, and a few days later smashed 94 in 44 balls against the Royals, almost scoring his second ton of the season. Yuvraj Singh gave a special all-round performance against the Brampton Wolves, scoring 51 off just 22 balls, got 1 wicket and took 2 catches. Moving on to the second half of the season, it was Colin Monroe who claimed the fastest 50 of the tournament in only 15 deliveries. Heinrich Clarsen made the impact of the tournament with a brilliant 64 in 34 balls and 106 in 49 balls in the eliminator, but was unfortunate to end up on the losing side due to some magnificent batting from eventual player of the series JP Duminy, who scored 85 in 41 balls. The final of Season 2 was nothing short of a blockbuster movie. The Winnipeg Hawks scored a huge total of 192 in the first innings, thanks to some useful contributions from JP Duminy and Chris Lynn. In reply, the Knights managed to level the scores on the back of a wonderful knock by Dre Russ, taking the game to a super over. The big man Dre Russ delivered an inspired all-round display with 4 for 29 with the ball and 46 in 20 balls with the bat. However, they ultimately lost to eventual champions Winnipeg Hawks. We spoke about all the big names, but let's not forget some important contributions from upcoming stars who are making waves in the shortest format of this beautiful game. Saad bin Zafar stood out once again this season for the Knights with a best of 4 for 22 against the Wolves. Anshuman Rath, the mercurial Hong Kong wicketkeeper, played magnificently alongside the Professor Mohammad Hafiz, taking the Royals to victory with 87 in 50 balls. Babar Hayat played some explosive cameos as well with a thrilling 48 in 18 balls against the Nationals. Skipper Rayad Emrit with some solid batting towards the end of the innings and some top quality bowling. With everything that has happened due to the pandemic in the past 2 years, the GT20 management decided not to organize the league, keeping players and other stakeholders' safety as a priority. As the world started to heal from the dangerous pandemic, the biggest cricket league in North America is coming soon.